How are you doing? Sure, you are doing great. You're welcome to lesson 1 week 7. And today we're looking at depreciation account. The subtopic is reasons for charging depreciation. So we are looking at depreciation account. We have the following specific objectives. Define depreciation, list examples of depreciable assets, state reasons for charging depreciation, mention characteristics of depreciable assets. So these are the objectives we are going to consider today. Most of the assets we use in our workplace, offices, even at home, they depreciate. The more you use those assets, the more they reduce in value, the more they also depreciate. And as we can see on the screen, fixed assets, varieties of fixed assets, the furniture, the motor vehicle, the equipment, and others. Let's make progress. As we can also see, people picking items in a supermarket. We have the pay point here, coupled with system or the computer. We are going to define depreciation. To depreciate means to go down in value. Depreciation. What is depreciation? Depreciation can be defined as the reduction in the value of tangible assets, which is also known as fixed assets. Depreciation can also be defined as the gradual reduction in the economic benefits of fixed assets due to wear, tear, passage of time, and other factors. The more you use the assets, as time progresses, the value will keep on decreasing. Depreciation is a continuous decrease in the quality, value, and quantity of fixed assets. Anytime the fixed asset of the business is sold, part of the cost not recovered is also viewed as depreciation. So we must note that. Now we have samples of fixed assets that are prone to depreciation. Then we're also going to consider examples of depreciable assets. Examples of depreciable assets, they include building, motor vehicles. As you can see, the building here, the motor vehicle is also there, plant and machinery. We can also see machines. We have office equipment, what we use to aid the processes in our workplace. The photocopy machines, they are parts. The staple machines, they are parts, and other office equipment. We also have furniture. The table, chairs, they are part of the furnitures we make use of, both in the office as well as in our homes. We also have fixtures and fittings and other assets, other fixed assets. If you note, what the examples we have here, they are for fixed assets. Let's make progress. The next thing we are going to consider will be reasons for charging depreciation. Since we know that the more we use the assets, they go down as we make use of them. So we are going to consider reasons for charging depreciation. Is there need to charge depreciation? Yes. We need to charge depreciation due to the following reasons. To help the firm spread the cost of the asset over its useful life. The asset we mentioned earlier on, the furniture, the motor van, the equipment, they have lifespan. Certain things will happen to them that will make them to depreciate in value, in quality, and also in quantity. So it will help the firm to spread the cost of the asset over its useful life. The useful life of an asset can be 4 years, some can be 3 years, depending on the durability. Number 2, it helps to determine a realistic value of an asset at its disposal. Because it is also wise for a business that after you have used an asset, let's say a motor van that you use for distribution of your goods, after using it for some years, it is wise to dispose of that asset so that you can realize certain money from the disposal of the asset. So it helps us to determine a realistic value of an asset at its disposal. 3, it helps in the determination of a fair profit, because the essence of every business is to make profit. It helps to determine a fair value of assets in the balance sheet, which is the statement of financial position of the business. Because the cost alongside the depreciated value will be expressed in the balance sheet of a company. It provides a means of setting aside funds for the replacement of the asset. Why are we setting aside funds? Because the assets will reduce in value as we make use of them. When they are old or when they are not functional. So it provides a means of setting aside funds for the replacement of the assets when they become old or non-functional, maybe due to expansion of the business or due to changes in technology. So these are the reasons for charging depreciation. To help the firm spread the cost of the asset over its useful life, it helps to determine a realistic value of an asset at its disposal. It helps in the determination of a fair profit. It helps to determine a fair value of assets in the balance sheet or in the statement of financial position. It provides a means of setting aside funds for the replacement of the asset when they become old or non-functional. It is key to make provision for replacement of the assets we use in our businesses. Let's make progress. Characteristics of a depreciable asset. The following will show the features of a depreciable asset. We listed the depreciable asset to include building, furniture, fixtures and fittings, office equipment, and others. So the following are the characteristics of a depreciable asset. 1. The asset is acquired primarily for use in production of goods and services. You must know that the asset is acquired primarily for use in production of goods and services. You bought those assets so that you can use it to produce goods or to render services. Those that are running business centers, they have photocopy machines there. People go in there to make copies of documents and other items. So the asset was purchased primarily for production of goods and services. Because as we produce, we in turn get money. As we render services, we also get money in return. It must have a useful life of over 1 year. That's another vital characteristic. The asset must have a useful life of over 1 year, because if you buy an asset today and the intention is just to use it for that day, we cannot ascertain the value of depreciation for that asset, and we cannot make use of that asset. We can also record it in the books of account. So in order for us to record that asset in the books of account, it must have a useful life of over 1 year. Because fixed assets, they exceed 1 year in terms of benefits and also usage. 3. It is not intended for sale in the ordinary course of the business. Any asset you purchase for resale immediately cannot be used. It means you term those ones as inventories. As part of the stock that you have in your store, then you also sell. But for us to account for depreciation, it must not be intended for sale in the ordinary course of the business. 4. It must be relatively permanent in nature. You can use it for years. So it must be relatively permanent in nature. It must exceed 1 year. So these are the features or characteristics of a depreciable asset. Number 1, the asset is acquired primarily for use in production of goods or for services. 2, it must have a useful life of over 1 year. Then 3, it is not intended for sale in ordinary course of the business. Then 4, it must be relatively permanent in nature. So the next thing we are going to do is to go through our evaluation. What is depreciation? 2, mention 4 examples of depreciable assets. 3, mention 3 reasons for charging depreciation. Then 4, mention 2 features of a depreciable asset. Let's pick the first question. What is depreciation? Depreciation can be defined as the gradual reduction in the value of fixed assets as a result of wear, tear, obsolescence, and other factors. Number 2, mention 4 examples of depreciable assets. We mentioned the following: building, furniture, motor van, office equipment, fixtures and fittings. We also mentioned plant and machinery. So the next question, mention reasons for charging depreciation. Reasons for charging depreciation. We have the following reasons. Number 1, to help the firm spread the cost of the asset over its useful life. 2, it helps to determine a realistic value of an asset at its disposal. It helps in the determination of a fair profit. Let me also add one. It helps to determine a fair value of asset in the balance sheet. Then the last question concerning the characteristics or features of a depreciable asset. 1, it is acquired primarily for use in production of goods and services. 2, it must have a useful life of over 1 year. It is not intended for sale in ordinary course of the business. And lastly, it must be relatively permanent in nature. I'm sure the theoretical angle of depreciation is quite easy and simple. So I have the following assignments. Let's play with this. List 3 elements of depreciation. State the differences between depreciation and amortization. So these are our own form. They are simple. I'm sure we have enjoyed today's class. For questions and submission of your assignments, you use the following channels, either through WhatsApp or the email address on the screen. Thanks again for staying with me. Thank you and stay safe. Don't forget, you are